All right, let's get right into it. If you're aiming for that 95% plus score in your 2026 board exams, then you've come to the right place. This is it, your complete step-by-step game plan. So let's start with the big question, right? How in the world do toppers seem to pull off these incredible scores year after year? I know it can feel like they have some kind of secret, but I promise you it's not magic. It's actually a really clear, repeatable strategy. And that's exactly what we're going to break down today. And really, it all comes down to these three simple pillars. First, you have to prioritize. That means focusing on your NCRT books and past year questions. Second, you master the chapters that give you the most bang for your buck, the high weightage ones. And third, you learn to attempt your paper smartly. It sounds simple, but trust me, executing this is where the magic happens. So, here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to go subject by subject, building your playbook. We'll start with mastering math. Then we'll crack physics, ace chemistry, decode biology, and even strategize how to win at English. And at the end, we'll wrap it all up with the one final mantra that ties everything together. Okay, first up, mathematics. Let's be honest, this is the one that often causes the most stress. But what if I told you that a perfect 80 out of 80 isn't just a dream? It is absolutely achievable if you know where to focus. Now, take a look at this. The first thing that should jump out at you is just how dominant calculus is. We're talking 35 marks. That's nearly 40% of your entire paper. And a lot of the questions are straight-up formula applications. You add in vectors in 3D and probability, and you're already covering a huge portion of your marks. So here's the pro move. Spend about 60% of your study time on just these topics, and you're setting yourself up for over 50 marks. So knowing what to study is half the battle. This slide is the other half. How you're going to do it. You need a daily drill. 50 problems a day from the NCERT exemplar is a great target. And the topper hack here is so important. Don't just take mock tests, analyze them. Are you consistently messing up a certain integration trick? Isolate it, practice it, and fix it. Then in the exam, be super methodical. Write every single step down to get those partial marks, and always start with the easy wins to build your confidence. All right, math strategy is locked and loaded. Let's shift gears and talk about cracking physics. Here, the focus moves a little bit from just pure practice to really understanding the core concepts. Our goal? A solid 65 or more. So for physics, you've got to see where the big points are hiding. Optics is huge, and it's full of diagrams and numericals that are pretty easy to score on. But the real powerhouse, the one you absolutely cannot ignore, is the combination of magnetic effects and EMI. Together, that's a massive 16 marks. And the best part? The concepts are linked, and you'll see a ton of repeat questions from previous years. A great place to start is optics. Master that, and you're already looking at close to 20 marks. Your physics game plan is all about building a solid foundation. Please don't just memorize formulas. Understand where they come from by deriving them from the NCERT textbook. And get good at drawing. Practice those ray diagrams until they're second nature. A little trick top students use is to see how chapters connect, like how electrostatics flows right into current electricity. In the exam, knock out the theory questions first for some quick points. And here's a safety net for you. If you get stuck on a numerical, just writing the formula and drawing a partial sketch can still get you a couple of marks. On to chemistry. This is a game of precision, and a perfect 70 is totally within reach, but it all hinges on mastering one single massive area of the syllabus. I mean, just look at this breakdown. Yeah, electrochemistry and kinetics are important, you gotta know them, but they are absolutely dwarfed by the giant in the room, organic chemistry. It is, without a doubt, the most critical part of your entire chemistry paper. And to really let that sink in, let's just look at the raw number. 31. Let's just pause on that for a second. 31 marks. That is an enormous chunk of your paper tied up in just this one branch of chemistry. Or think about it this way. 40%, almost half of your entire chemistry grade, is riding on your ability to nail those organic reactions. It's not just important, it's pretty much the whole game. So yeah, your mission is crystal clear. Daily, relentless organic practice. You need to be writing out reactions and mechanisms every single day. Make flowcharts, whatever works for you. And here's some really good news. Something like 60% of the questions are repeats from past exams, so your hard work will absolutely pay off. In the exam hall, give yourself a full hour just for the organic section. And be precise. Always balance your equations and remember to add the reaction conditions. All right, so from the super precise world of chemical reactions, we're going to switch gears completely. Let's talk biology. This is where being an artist is almost as important as being a scientist. In the biology ring, the undisputed heavyweight champion is genetics and evolution, a whopping 20 marks. It's packed with application questions and super important diagrams. Reproduction is another heavy hitter. So here's the quick win. If you can get amazing at drawing and labeling the diagrams in genetics, you can lock in over 10 marks right away.
You've got to embrace the visual side of biology. Your whole action plan revolves around drawing and mapping. Aim to practice about 20 key labeled diagrams every single week. For the theory, flashcards and mind maps are your best friends. And in the exam, your answer should follow a golden rule. Definition first, then your explanation, and always, always finish with a neat labeled diagram. It just screams, I know what I'm talking about to the examiner.
And finally, let's talk about the subject that so many people sleep on, but that can seriously boost your overall percentage: English. This is where a little bit of structure can get you a very high score. Okay, when you look at this, yeah, literature is huge, 40 marks, it's half the paper. But I want you to look closer. See that writing skills section? It's worth 18 marks, and it's almost all based on fixed formats. That, my friends, is your secret weapon. You can basically guarantee yourself 15 plus marks right there with just a little bit of practice. For English, the name of the game is structure, structure, structure. Practice your writing formats every week. Now, the absolute killer topper hack for literature is this. For every single chapter, memorize 2 or 3 key quotes. Then, in your answer, you just follow a simple formula. Drop the quote, explain what it means, and then link it back to the question. And one more pro tip, underline the key phrases in your answers. It just helps the examiner see your main points right away. Okay, we've gone through a ton of detail. Math, physics, chem, bio, English. But what's the one big idea? The one philosophy that holds all of this together and really makes the difference? This right here, this is the mantra. It's the whole secret sauce. Consistency will always, always beat last-minute cramming. 4 to 5 hours of focused work every day and 1 mock test a week is so much more powerful than pulling an all-nighter before the exam. Scoring above 95% isn't a fantasy. It's the natural result of following a smart, consistent process. You have the roadmap. You have the strategies. Now the only thing left is for you to go out and do it. That 95%, it's not just possible, it's waiting for you.